So way back in my Leprechaun video, I promised a Wishmaster video, and with a 4-disc Blu-ray edition coming out, figured it's as good a time as any. So before we get started, I wish this franchise made sense. Wishmaster came out in 1997 and featured a laundry list of genre vets, kicking off with a narration by the late great Angus Scrimm. We open in 1127 AD, where we witness a bunch of jinn-related mayhem. We learn that all the other jinn are trapped, and if you make 3 wishes, all of them will be released and destroy the world. But this guy traps him in a jewel. We then jump ahead to present day, and it doesn't state the actual year, but we can assume that it takes place in 1997, the year that it was released. We're just in time for Robert Englund to see a drunk crane operator not named Rhodes drop a crate on Ted Raimi, which smashes a statue and reveals the jewel. It ends up with an appraiser who rubs it, awakening the jinn. It explodes, and at first he's a phantasm dwarf thing, and it's actually Vern Troyer, but then quickly becomes full grown. He then kills Reggie, I guess because of the dwarf thing, and then he steals Robert Davi's face so he can fit in better and uses it when he kills Kane Hodder. After killing a bunch more folks, he reveals himself to Alex, the appraiser, and she wishes he would blow his brains out with a free wish, which doesn't do anything, and then wishes to know more about the jinn. And then he transports her to his home in the gem, so she wishes to be safe at home, and 2 wishes are gone. I mean, wasted. Tony Todd shows up and gets killed, and the jinn unleashes his party on a party, causing carnage, including making Robert Englund puke a monster. Finally, to save her sister, she makes her final wish, which is that the crane operator hadn't been drunk 2 days ago, which reverses everything that happened, sending the jinn back into the gem, and everyone's alive again. 2 years later, we get a sequel with Wishmaster 2, Evil Never Dies. No time frame is given, so we can assume that it's in real time and that it's 1999. It kicks off with art thieves in a museum where they find the gem and activate the jinn. He hatches from a wall and is right back at it, and apparently a cop saying freeze counts as a wish? But whatever. He takes the form of Robert Davi again because why not, and gets arrested, and I guess Davi has a look about him because this cop and these inmates both call him a faggot and Tinkerbell. Anyway, he causes havoc in the prison while Morgana, the girl who awakened him, gets help from a GeoCity site and the dad from One Tree Hill and figures out about the jinn, and they can be stopped by a pure woman saying, Nib Shugarath Bahim. The jinn actually refers to himself as the Wishmaster and finally reveals himself with a slightly different look in this one and kills Tiny Zeus Lister. We learn that the person who awakens the jinn can't be killed. A young Bokeem Woodbine shows up and the jinn takes the souls of everyone in Vegas. Once he finally has the souls he needs, he tries to get Morgana to make her wishes, and she tries to wish him away forever, but he says that wishes towards him don't count. When the jinn crucifies her guy, she wishes for him to be free. Then, he causes mass mayhem in Vegas, including a woman pooping and farting coins. Bokeem gets bugged, and then Morgana wishes that the security guard she shot in the beginning was alive again. I guess him being alive makes her soul pure, and she chants the words, banishing the jinn and freeing all of the souls, which I guess brings everyone back to life again. So to sum up, 2 movies, death count, 0. 2 more years later, in 2001, we get a new sequel in Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. We get a new heroine, Diana, a student whose parents have died in a car crash. At school, her professor asks her to help investigate this mysterious box which has the fire opal in it, and she activates it. Shortly after, the jinn shows up, and since Robert Davi decided not to show up, he has a new look and voice, and acts very differently. Judging from the fact that the opal is not in a statue, and this opal was found in a box, it's very possible to say that this is a totally separate jinn from the one that we saw in the previous 2 films. He kills a professor and takes his face and starts doing what the jinn do. Diana uses her first wish for a friend's pain to stop, so the jinn kills the friend, and she uses her second wish to summon the Archangel Michael, who possesses her boyfriend. After a few questionable wish requests, a girl wishes for a hiding place, so the jinn puts her head in a rat cage and they eat her face, and he says no one will find her in there. A, I'm not sure how that fits her wish, and B, her friends find her there like 5 minutes later. Diana tries to kill herself, but the jinn saves her because I guess he forgot the whole awaken her can't be killed thing. Her self-sacrifice gives him the ability to hold Michael's sword, which she then uses to kill the jinn. Michael leaves Greg's body and no one is restored to life, making this the first Wishmaster to actually kill anyone. Wishmaster 3 and 4 were shot back to back, so in 2002 we get Wishmaster: The Prophecy Fulfilled. We start with a new protagonist, Lisa, who gets a mysterious box from her lawyer, and of course the jewel is inside. She touches it, which awakens the jinn again. He's played by the same guy, but continuity-wise he's most likely a different jinn, since the last one was outright killed and not trapped back into the gem. He poses as the lawyer, and Lisa uses one wish to help her paralyzed boyfriend win his court case, And this one follows different rules as he makes another lawyer mangle his own face even though the guy didn't wish anything. Lisa then uses her second wish to help her boyfriend walk again, which is granted. She then actually makes the third wish, making her the first in the film series to do so. However, her wish is that she could love the lawyer for who he really is, which means he has to make her love him in his Jinn form, and that's a problem, obviously. We also meet more Jinn trapped in the other dimension, and an angel that is tasked with killing Lisa before the wish is granted. Bartender wishes to be a pimple on a stripper's ass. This angel just kills people because angels, I guess. Not sure why he wasn't sent sooner, like before she made the third wish, but it doesn't matter since the Jinn kills him before we find out if the not being able to kill the Awakener thing works here. Next, Lisa bangs the Jinn. That's a first, and he finally reveals himself to her. Sam shows up and wishes for a way to kill the Jinn, and he gives him the angel sword, but then stabs him with it, but then Lisa pushes the Jinn onto the other side of it, killing him. Sam dies and no one is brought back, meaning that only the Rubber Dalby Jinn failed at actually killing anyone. So there you have it, it's 4 movies, and although the first 2 movies have a definite continuity, the next 2 don't, and they kind of go the Leprechaun route where it's a different Jinn in each movie, as far as I can tell. I guess you can kind of think that they're the same Jinn, just reincarnated, but it really seems like they're different guys. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons over here. You can also become a patron from me by going to patreon.com/movietimelines and donating to the cause. Also, please feel free to like the video, comment, share. Let me know what other franchises you would like to see tackled, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Thanks a lot.